My name is Romey5. I'm a rapper out of Birmingham.
I'm a savage, hoes only 7. She keep on asking for a diamond. I'm not young Benny. I say it's all about the timing, but don't be waiting. Baby, I'll switch up like a weapon. I can't contain it. I watched him buy a single.
I wouldn't really throw myself into a single genre, do you know what I mean? Because I like to experiment too much for me to just be like, yeah, I'm a rapper, I do this kind of rap. So I would just, if there was any genre I was gonna go into, it would be experimental, because that's just what I'm on in it. Basically, it's just, I think it's just me getting beats, rapping over them, and whatever comes to me when I'm listening to the beats, that's what I'm putting out. Do you know what I mean? I'm not listening to a song or thinking to myself, yo, I need to make a song like that, or trying to make any kind of music. I'm just literally making music that is coming from, you know, that place of like realness, bro. Like, you just think, as soon as you hear the beat, you're like, that's exactly what I'm gonna do to it, instead of hearing it and thinking, no, because blah 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 did so and so, so I need to do that. That's not what it's about. So I'm just really flexing, to be fair, on the album. Sorry. The title is The 5 Tape. The artwork came about, I took the picture about 2.5 years ago. To be honest with you, I've always said to myself, like, I want a cover to just have my hand on it, but I didn't want the background to be black, and so I just literally put my hand up against the wall, bro. I took a picture straight like that, and then I got Deppy and Darrell's bands on. Obviously, the bands that their family made for me when they passed away. So I had that on just to show that, yo, they're with me in it. This is what it's gonna be, and yeah, that's how that came about. But I literally make the artwork before I make the tape. That's always how it goes, because I think to myself, I need to make. I want the cover to look like this. I make the cover and then I make the music. It's never the other way around. Basically, that's just me rapping. My brethren, Dan Bryan, he's a DJ. He sent me the beat and he goes, yo, I reckon you'd mash this up. And I was like, And then I listened to it and I thought, yo, this beat's hard. So now I literally just started going over flows, and then it just came about like that. It just came about from me just rapping. There was no tactical movement behind it. It was just rapping. And as soon as I finished the bar, not even finished the bar, I was halfway through the bar, because I mentioned Yates in like the second 16 of the verse.
Pressurize the block, we put some weights on it. I mean, like, this is for the great, so I got Yates on it. Got my
and even if he wasn't gonna be on the track, I was gonna say something about Yates. Obviously not in a bad way, but I was gonna say something about Yates just to, like, you know, like, as in, like, I respect your rapping ability kind of thing. So I did that, and then I sent it to him. No, I think he messaged me, or I messaged him, because I put a clip up on Instagram, and I said to him, yo, what do you reckon? He's like, yo, I can work with that. And I was like, I say no more. So I just sent it to him, and then he come back with it, and I thought, flipping out, bro, this is a madness.
Who do you reckon goes harder?
Yates. I reckon Yates goes in, bro. I reckon, you know what? All right, I reckon it's half and half still, because I think it's the I think it's the way I come in. Do you know what I mean? I just come in on grease, bro. Do you know what I mean? And Yates comes in, but he's wavy with it, bro. Like, he's not like he don't care, but it's just like he's just laid back doing it.
Really into texting, we can talk on the phone. Fuck up from Monday to Thursday, that's 4 in a row. Hey, shot callers.
And if I had to choose, I'll definitely give it to Yates on that one. So yeah, it's 1-0 still. Dark Liquor was, before I say anything, Dark Liquor was meant to be on Dark Room, yeah. So, but I didn't want to put it on there because I felt like, not that Dark Room was depressive, because that's the angle I was coming at when I made the EP anyway. I wanted it to have a dark sound, but when I made Dark Room, I was just reflecting on everything that I've been through, and then literally weighing everything up, and then just releasing. Do you know what I mean? Instead of just, you know, picking certain points. I feel like personally I touch on everything that I've kind of gone through throughout the time I've been making music, and probably before that. But yeah, that was it. Yes.
Two-faced people, I'll be damned if I shit. I still fell in love with a Gemini. This is what I know.
Music's about feeling. Do you know what I mean? It's about moving people. It's about making people happy, making them cry, making them reminisce. So I feel like I find it easier to do that throughout music, because people sometimes don't understand through, I don't know, you know, like a simple conversation. I don't know, it sounds stupid, but I feel like sometimes when you put it on a beat, especially when it's probably about somebody that does something similar to you, I feel like they understand it a bit more, if that makes sense. But I don't know, man, I just think that when I make music, it's proper easier for me to speak about it, because that's my outlet, bro. Anytime I've got like something on my chest, I'll say it through music. And because if you know me, you know that I'm passionate about music, regardless of whether I'm consistent or not. I'm passionate about it. So when you hear me say it in music, or if you hear me or say it on a beat, then you know that I meant it. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's why I choose to do it through music instead of just having a simple conversation. Sometimes without music, I don't know, bruv. Sometimes you'll say something in your head, and then you get that angel and the devil that would be like, yo, go. Sometimes the angel will be like, don't do it. The devil will be like, yeah, yo, fuck that, go do it. And but the music, when I record, it's like I'm speaking back to myself. And when you start saying some of the stuff, like there's music I haven't released because I'm talking shit, bro. I'm just thinking, why the fuck am I saying that, bro? Do you know what I mean? And it's not to say that, oh, it could be a bad idea or whatever, but when you hear yourself talking like that, sometimes me being me, I hear the kid in me talking, and I'm like, it's not even worth it, bro. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, music's definitely a big outlet for me, and it helps me. It's definitely helped me, bro, because I don't know, instead of putting on music, I probably would have been out there and done something, and do you know what I mean? Yeah, man, so music's definitely helped, 100%.
Welcome to your EE voicemail. You have one new message. First new message received today at 4:44 p.m.
I don't think we should see each other anymore. You're acting different and I don't like it. Enjoy your life and be easy.
Yeah, I chose that voice because it's real, bruv. I was going through some mad shit, bruv, and obviously a girl I was dealing with at the time, that's how she told me she didn't want to deal with me no more, through a voicemail, bruv, and I was like, God damn it. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, alright, cool. And then she was like, the last thing she said to me was like, yeah, just be easy, innit? And I said, be easy? What does that mean? Do you know what I mean? I was like, alright, safe, be easy, I'm gonna show you be easy.
So you recommend dumping someone over voicemail?
Hell no, you don't do that. You have a conversation, or you do it face to face, or you do it via text. Even text would have been better. Don't do it over voicemail. That's there. But when you listen to the range of emotion throughout the CD, there's a lot of ups and downs, and you'll hear that the ups follow the downs and whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? So Easy came after Dark Liquor because she said that to me, be easy, and I was like, alright, cool. And when I did actually make Easy, I had that in my head, like I freestyled the chorus. It was just like, it wasn't easy, but it was like something about be easy, and I said, nah, I can't do the be easy thing, and then I just said, then I made, I cut it down to Easy. But yeah, that stuck with me, bruv. So yeah, it just makes sense.
I'm stunting on my old bitch now, yeah. See them diamonds shining on my wrist now. I flex up, tell a bad bitch that she next up. Easy, my ends are mad greasy. But mama see me on TV like, oh my, I'm proud of you, yeah. In 09 they doubted you. I knew she went down for you, but fuck that. Riding out.
You're talking about the backing vocals?
Yeah.
Dimes, infamous Dimes, the one and only. My G Dimes, yeah, literally I played the tune because first when I made it, I thought it was complete, but then I thought, nah, this needs something. And then obviously I showed you the tune, and you was like, nah, this needs something, and I was like, you know what, you're right. And then we both said the same person at the same time, and then I sent it to him, and then Dimes was on it. Or every single time I holler, Dimes is on it, bro. So yeah, that's Dimes. Me, I'm stopping myself making that. Well, not consciously, sorry, but I feel like it is me because I don't know what it is, bro. Before I'd do something and I'd be thinking, yeah, this is a good run, and then something would just be like blam and knock me off my track, and I'm like, you know what, upon this I'm not interested anymore. Or I'm meant to do, like, I've got certain things set up, I've got something planned, and then it doesn't go to plan, and I'm just like, oh, you know what, this is just this is a sign that I'm not meant to be doing this. And because at the same time, during those times where I feel like things are not going my way, I've also been, that's when I was going through my anxiety and I'm dealing with panic attacks and I'm just in this depressive state, bro. So everything negative that I'm already thinking is starting to happen. So it's just like, I don't know, but yeah, that's definitely one of like the reasons, or one of the things that make me feel like, yo, this isn't for me, because bad things are happening. Why the hell am I even doing it? But now I know that it comes with the territory. Do you know what I mean? Things are gonna happen, bro. Instead of just being like, oh, it has to be happy days all the time. That's not what it is. Anyway, it's a different page now. So we're gonna see anyway. Paisley B. She's from Nottingham, but I put that at the end because Easy's me basically talking about being over a girl and then meeting a new girl, and Paisley B's tune complements that because she's now talking about meeting a new man, and and then when she's talking, I've put it so she's talking to me. Do you know what I mean? When you listen to Easy, when you listen to Easy and you listen to what she's saying, she's talking to a guy. Do you know what I mean? And I've put it so that it's like she's talking to, I'm that guy that she's speaking to basically. So it's just, both of the tunes are supposed to just complement each other. Yeah.
Most of the people kind of see you as a rapper, but like it's mad because you can actually sing quite sick. Like you don't want to show it off, but you can actually sing. So, like, where did you learn to sing, and is it in the genes?
I didn't, bro. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I think it's just years and years and years of trying to. I think I've just learned how to control certain tones in my voice, because before I could show you a song where I try and sing, and you're like, ugh, what was you doing, bro? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's just years of trying. But there's loads of people in my family that can sing anyway. I'm not saying that it's just come naturally to me, because it definitely hasn't. But I think just years and years of trying and practicing and learning how to use your voice. Because a lot of people, trust me, bro, I'm telling you, there's a lot of men that are out here acting hard, but they're singing, bro. I'm telling you, they're singing. They can sing. So I think it's just about learning how to use the tones of your voice. And do you know what I mean? Not for long lengths of time or whatever, just the short times that you sing. I think that if you just know how to change it and which tone to use and blah 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 and what complements what, I think that anyone can just sing, bro.
So have you ever done singing lessons?
No. No.
No. Cool. Do you want to sing for us quickly now as well?
I ain't singing nothing, bro. I'm not singing right now, no. I had a conversation with Depzman. Big up Depzman. And I had a conversation with my brother Ashy 5, and both of them said the same thing to me at different times. It was in the same week, and it was just weird, and I thought, okay, this must mean something. So then I just found the beat and I just tried, bro. That's all it was. I literally just tried my hand at it, and it worked. And I was like, flipping out, bro. I didn't even know I could make a song like this, but I was scared to make anybody hear it, because again, like you just said, people just see me as a rapper in it, and then when people hear me doing that, they're gonna think to themselves, what's this kid doing? But at the same time, I feel like it would be healthy. I think it's healthy, bro, when you hear somebody that you think is just does this, and you see them do something else. It helps people to, you know, jump over that fear of them doing it. And I feel like a lot, not just by me, but I feel like somebody else will hear me doing that and they won't be afraid to do it, and it will just it will keep the music thing going and growing, if you know.
I wanna hit you with a one time. No games, girl, we only got one life, yeah, yeah. Good loving when you come by, and if your man try, hit him with the bomb by, yeah, yeah. Girl, you know that you the baddest, yeah, yeah. Get the work and you can manage, yeah, yeah. And I love it when you tell me that it's all mine. Got me looking at it like, oh.
Because it was a video that I dropped. It was a song that I was gonna drop after Dark Liquor, after Dark Room. Obviously there was a gap in it, and I feel like I dropped Big Worm because it was kind of like statement. It was statement rap. Do you know what I mean? There's rapping to rap, and then there's rapping to prove a point. I feel like in Big Worm I'm rapping to prove a point, because I'm trying to show people that, yo, I still got it. Don't think that I can't do this. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's what it was about. So I wanted to release that as a single, just to let people know that I've still got it, and something's still coming. Because after I dropped Dark Room, people probably thought, oh, he's not gonna come with nothing hard. So I just thought, fuck it. I just did Big Worm and did it like that.
I'll pull up on your block like I'm Big Worm. Pistol for the ups like I'm Big Worm. Don't act like you forgot, bro, I'm Big Worm. 2 bitches on my cock, I make them switch turns. Got Smokey in the bag like I'm Big Worm. Hand ting on my lap like I'm Big Worm. Best know how to act, fam, I'm Big Worm. I come for the cash like I'm Big Worm.
I made the tunes just off feeling, bruv. So as humans, naturally we go through different feelings every moment of the day, do you know what I mean? And I didn't want it to just be a one feel throughout the whole thing. I wanted people to actually come on a mental journey with me, do you know what I mean? To feel up and to feel down and to feel like they miss someone and to feel like they don't like someone, do you know what I mean? I just wanted people to really, really feel like they was coming with me as I'm rapping, rap with me without rapping with me, do you know what I mean? Basically just walk with me kind of thing and just, you know, follow me on the journey that I'm going through while I'm like rapping through and going on doing what I'm doing on these beats. I think it just happened like that, you know, because Big Worm I made earlier this year and Running to the Money I made probably like 2 months ago. So I don't think I made them purposely to fit with each other, but I just feel like it just did. Again, bro, I think it's just a feeling. You know what I mean? I think it was the flow of feeling. Like Big Worm is kind of a bossy kind of thing, and then you listen to Running to the Money and it's kind of bossy, but then it's a bit of, it sounds cocky. I feel like Running to the Money is more of a cocky tune, but it's the same kind of feeling, but there's just more of what it is on Big Worm, if you get what I'm saying.
Keep it ready. We did hella dirt and then the money came after. He took the key and whipped it back like a slave master.
Broke, had to do whatever to get that money right. That's how life goes. Whether you're in the office or on the street lights, I don't even know what you did.
The feature is Ashley Zeal. I hope I pronounced that right, but it's Ashley Zeal. And I think I was on Instagram and I heard a preview of his tune. He's got a tune out called Don't Lie. And I listened to it and I was like, yo, this geezer can sing, bro. And I thought, flipping out. So I just hit him up and I was like, yo, we need to work together. I just shouted him, let him know that I'm rocking with what he's doing. Let him know that I think he's sick. And I said, yo, we need to do something. And then I think I made Running to the Money. And then I thought, I showed it to my brother in Keems. And he was like, nah. If you're going to get a feature, have a singer. Like, don't get no one else on it, do it yourself. And I was like, all right, cool. And then first thing I thought, and then I showed him Ashley Zeal's Don't Lie tune, and he was like, yo, why don't you ask my man? And I was like, oh, it makes sense. So I shouted him, and he was all over it. He sent me the tune, I sent it to him, and he sent it back to me within 2 days, and Running to the Money, bro. Penny Straight. It was supposed to be a full song, but instead I chopped it down. I made it just an interlude, because I felt like that was enough. The amount of shoot that I feel like if I did it anymore, it would have kind of been like a thing where it fell off. Sometimes tunes do this and then they do that, but I just wanted it to do this to lead into the next one. So that was the idea with that. But Henny Straight came about because if you know me, bro, I drink straight, and like I don't really mix my drinks like that, and I do drink Henny Straight, bro.
You really?
100%. 100%. I'm not, first of all, I'm not telling everyone to go do that, but that's just how I prefer to drink. I drink less, but I still get on the same wave, so that's just how I prefer. And I think Henny tastes nice anyway. I actually like the taste of the Hennessy, bro.
I drink Henny straight, no chase, take it straight to the face. Yeah. I drink Henny straight, yeah. Got your girlfriend on my wave, yeah. We don't need no chases, no chases. We don't need no chases, no chases.
There's no special reason why I did that. I just wanted it to look sick. Do you know what I mean? I wanted it to just look different. I wanted you to look at it and just think, why has he done that? Let me listen to that and see. Do you know what I mean? But the tune just came about. I made that tune about, I think it's like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And yeah, I literally held on to it with everything. I wanted to release it so badly, bro. If you know me, yeah, I'm addicted to making tunes and just slapping them on the SoundCloud. And it's I know that it's some people think it's good, and me personally, I just think that it's a waste. So I literally held on to the tune, but I just wanted it to be a feel good song, and I wanted it to show that side of me as well. Do you know what I mean? Because again, it's just a range of emotion throughout the whole tape.
This is sounding like an anthem for the summer. Effortless with it, I can see why they never love us. Yeah, them around us, money in my trousers. Told them from early, nah, you should never doubt us, no. Don't cheat, you know that it's real. She say she won't, but we know that she will. Yeah, round here's a whole different feel. Pray for my players because we out in the field, okay.
They just come to me. Sometimes I'll think about a metaphor when I'm just doing something random, and I think, yo, I gotta jot that down. Because sometimes I've thought about mad metaphors, bro, and I forgot about them by the end of the day, and I'm like, friggin' hell, bro, I should have wrote it down. So now I make sure that I write it down. But I don't know, sometimes it just comes to me. Sometimes I'll sit down and I'll rack my brain and think of something smart to say, but most of the time, God's honest truth, it just comes to me, bro. Yeah, sometimes my brother will be listening to stuff and I'll say to him, yo, have you got that beat? And he'll be like, nah, you don't need to do this tune. Or sometimes he'll be like, yo, I got this beat, I reckon you'd be sick on this. And then sometimes he'll hear me, because everything happens under one roof. He's mixing upstairs, I'm recording downstairs. So he'll sometimes come down and hear me doing like a chorus, and he'll like, don't say it like this, say it like that, or don't say this, say that. And I think it's like vice versa. Mostly my brother just controls his own mixes. Sometimes I say to him, nah, you need to put that tune in there, definitely play that. But it's just, we just work hand in hand. When we can, or when we feel like we need to step in, we do step in. But other than that, bro, it's just, we just do our own thing. It was first of all, it's my brother in Scally, and I put it on there because the whole vibe of this tape changes after this. But I couldn't go from Player Prayer to the next tune, so there had to be something in between it, just to let people know that something aggressive is about to come. There's not going to be no Player Prayer shit after this. Something aggressive is about to happen. So, and I wanted to show a change in the feeling. And again, bro, it's real, bro. Do you know what I mean? That this skit's real, fam. So I know it's aggressive, and I know that some people might, can't believe he's put this on there, but I don't care, bro. His music is music, and that's the feeling. And when he said it to me on the phone, I said to him, yo, I'm using this as a skit, you know. And he was like, yo, go do your thing. And I said, all right, then, cool. So yeah, we just played out like that. I don't know, man. There wasn't actually no tactical thought behind it. I just thought, I want people to hear this tune. This has to be the tune that they hear next, because I've put out other singles and it's been nothing like Don't Get Smoked. Do you know what I mean? Again, it just shows a different side to me as an artist and as a person. So I chose it because I just felt like it was time for people to hear that. Basically, I just wanted to bring people. Again, it's like it's a journey, bruv. You know what I mean? Because some of my videos are shot in Highgate, some of my videos are shot. Actually, none of my videos have been shot up by Kings Norton, and obviously around the time where I was going through them little madnesses there and doing all that little, you know, the young stuff and the hype stuff and all that stuff, I was in Kings Norton at that point. So I just wanted to bring people on a journey, because even when I was recording it, I had man coming up to me saying, yo, flipping out, I can't believe that you come up here to do a video. And I was saying, bro, come on, be real. I'm obviously gonna come back up here and do the video. It's just all about journey for me, bro. You have to just, and it made it that much realer, you know what I mean? Because again, if I would have been talking about, oh, Don't Get Smoked and I'm up in London, bro, people would have been like, yo, what are you doing? You know what I mean? But it made it real. And then people was just coming out and supporting me. There was like people from the end standing behind the camera guy, bro, just staring at me, bro. I was like, yo, what the flip, bro? But yeah, it just makes it just made it feel more real to me. And when it feels real to me, I know that it's gonna feel real to everybody else.
Move like Riley, push work and link packies, gang are right from my righty, yeah. Jump in the whip, I got my eyes on the curb, never waste my time on a nerd. Nah, man wanna act all cool to my face, but sense like sucks in a verse. Fuck that whip round, boo boo, that piss smart, slip now, spring push, get licked down, my G's, don't speak, man dip round, flick out, get caught, get dicked out.
I got a DM from, I think it was either Morgan Keys or one of his associates, and it was like, yeah, we want to play it. And I was just like, at first I was like, who the hell is this asking for this tune? And then they said, we need the clean version, and when they asked for that, I said, okay, this must be official because people don't usually ask for a clean version. So I was like, oh, cho. So I had to go back and clean it up. But I've already made like a conscious decision to either stop swearing or to not swear as much, so I don't have to clean it up, or just to make a clean version anyway. But with that tune, I didn't. So then I had to go in and then clean it up. But yeah, that's how that came about. He just asked me for the tune, sent it over to him, and next thing I know, I was like, yo.
Did you hear it get played on the radio?
I didn't, bro. What was I doing? I was busy. I just know I was busy. I didn't hear it, but I know it got played because people told me. The feature is Vectra. Some people may know him as Vectraman. It's been about, bro. Vectra's been about. Like, I think people more know him for his bassline tunes, and some people may know him for his rap. But people do know about him, and I've always rated him, and I've always wanted. I've made tunes with him before, but that was before when I wasn't really that serious about it. When I asked the first person who came to my head about the tune, they was like, oh, nah, I don't think it's me. So I was like, all right, cool. And I sat down with the tune for about a couple months. Then me and Vectra were just talking, and I said to him, yo, I'm gonna send you this. And then I sent it to him. He's like, yo, this is hard. I was like, yo, do you want to jump on it? And he's like, yeah, fuck it. He's like, come. And then he sent it me back like the next day or 2 days. Like, I love shit like that, bro. I'll send you a tune, fire it back at me, bro. Don't be taking no months. That's dead. That means, like, I don't know, bro. I'm not on that. I work like this, so whoever I'm asking to feature has to work at the same speed. But yeah, Vectra, it's been about, bro. It is hard, and I always wanted to make a tune with him and put it out there. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it definitely worked, and I'm glad that I asked him to do the tune. And boys, you know what? I wasn't addressing nothing or anyone in particular. You know, that was just me. Like, yo, if you got a problem, then do something, innit? Because at the end of the day, it's just this. Like I said, man, I'm not into the politics, but when sometimes it gets on top and someone's drilling it into the side of your head, you can't do nothing but react. So some people will say, oh, you're overreacting, or someone will say, oh, you're acting up. That's not me acting up, that's me reacting up, bro, because I'm just responding to all. I'm gonna put it like this: if Ball was about anybody that's woke up and had wrote a bar with me in their head thinking that, yo, they're just gonna slyly say something, bro, Ball was about you, and if you hear that tune and feel away, then the tune's about you, and as simple as that. I never wrote it thinking, yeah, I'm gonna golly for my man, or I'm gonna golly for my man. It weren't that. I made Ball because there's loads of things that happen outside of music as well that I speak about, but this is another thing people get it twisted and think it's about them, because music, you will just relate it to music, man. Do you know what I mean? You'll think, oh, you're making a tune, you must be talking about somebody in music. Not necessarily. There's things that happen outside of music. There's rappers out here that that people don't even know about, that are trying to talk rubbish. And I just address everything. So that guy up the road that's in his house rapping, and because it's on the ends, I hear the tune. I'm like, right, what, you think that I will still come for you, bro? Don't do that. So that's, again, bro, it's not me talking about anyone in particular, but again, if you feel some type of way about the tune, then, bro, by all means, do your thing, innit? I'm easy.
Aiming it right, send shots and expect me to fall, I'll ring back like I missed your call. Long time, man, I've been praying I finish. Better respect my name, car rude boy, I ain't done or finished. Man, wanna prank my phone over gal, waste man, please don't waste your minutes. Yo, my shooter will light up your Uber ride while you're in it. Please don't think I'm timid.
Yeah, bro, you know what? That's a lie. I don't really want to entertain the whole sending thing, but if I have to, I will. Sometimes I just wish someone would say something, just like a showman, bro. Please don't. I'm not the one, bro. I'm telling you, don't do it, because I'm not the one. If it can stay inside the music, then do it. It's healthy for the scene. It helps growth. You know what I mean? Everyone can, you know, showcase their skills, and everyone can be funny and do whatever. But again, bro, I'm not really into the whole clashing thing. But if it was to come my way, then safe. And as I just said, bro, if people think that, oh, he's just a rapper, or he's just this, bro, say something in it, and then I'll show you why you shouldn't have said anything about me, bro. And that's just me being real.
On the issue of like sending for people, in the UK scene, who do you think is the hardest at sends?
Chipmunk. No doubt about it.
Why?
Why, bro? I need to answer that, bro. He is dangerous, bro. Like, you know what? I don't think people gave him the respect that he deserved when he was going at Young'un, because, bro, he was drawing him out, fam. And you know what it is? You know what makes it so sick as well? You know what makes him so sick? Because he's not asking for it, bro. But he's ready and very willing to take on anybody that thinks they can say something. Like, I don't know whether him and Bugzy's beef was made up or whatever, but I've seen a picture and they're cool now. And that's sick, because nobody really wants it to go left. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes man's saying the next thing you know what I mean? Something bad happens. But I don't know if their beef was made up, but the way that Chip was going after my man, and when you think about it, Chip's just like, people look at him like, okay, he's been to uni, he's got A's, blah, blah, blah. He's just some good boy. And then Bugzy's the complete opposite. I'm a bad boy, bro. I do this road thing, and Chip's, you can still get it, bro. I don't care, fam. I don't care. And he made it very, very, very known that he doesn't business about none of this road stuff you're talking. Chipmunk's just dangerous, bro. He's dangerous, fam. And it's some of the stuff that he says as well, especially when he was gullying for Young'un. And he says something about, my mum owns her yard, my mum owns her yard, your mums don't go there, dog. I'm thinking, Lord have mercy, this brother is going in, fam.
Definitely Chipmunk still without that. So bar for bar, then, do you reckon you'd have a good matchup with Chip?
You know what? I ain't gonna chat shit. I know Chipmunk would ruin me, bro. But at the same time, I'd still go. If he says something, of course I'm gonna say something back. But I'm not asking for it. You know, if I can avoid it, then of course I'm gonna avoid it. But you can't let, again, man is man in it. You can't say something about me and I'm just gonna shut up, bro. That's not how I was raised. If you say something about me, I'm saying something back. I choke, bro. I'm always, as I said this before, and I'm gonna stress it out. Always, anytime I'm making a project, I will always shout Romo, fam, because Romo's hard. I just work with people I rate, bro. I don't necessarily try and work with. Someone said this to me the other day. They said to me, yo, what makes my music better is because I work with who I rate, so it makes the music sound a lot more better because we just work hand in hand with each other instead of me trying to force a tune with somebody that I know has got status. But I've always rated Romo as I've always rated Vectra, as I've always rated Yates, so it just works. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, bro, that's how I pick the features. But again, as I said, I'm always gonna holler at Romo to jump on my tunes because he's so underrated, bro. And I think sometimes that this music thing can be disheartening, and I want people to hear him. People have to hear him, bro. And I think that by me doing this, you're gonna hear a lot of people that are probably been disheartened by music, or they're thinking, oh, I'm not on it. But you're gonna hear a lot of people come from out of the woodwork, and that's what I plan to do with this anyway.
I ain't playing now. Run up on old ups like what you saying now. Shit done changed, I got the balance on switch. Still can't tell me, come and jump in on your pick, boy. I'm the shit boy, flying out just to take a pic, boy. Bitches telling me where you live, boy. I bet you
Recording my house. I got my liquor set up. You know what I mean? At first I used to go to Apostles and then literally sitting down there watching him do what he's doing. I've kind of learnt from him. Not that I was going there to steal his ideas or anything, but I literally just went and I just learnt, because I feel like there's a lesson in everything you do. So I went there, instead of just being somebody that goes and records at a studio, I wanted it to be a lesson for me, and, you know, go away learn, knowing something. So yeah, bro, from learning from Apostle, I've just learned how to mess with EQs and compressors and all these other things, and how to, you know what I mean, tune up a song and all these other little things. But yeah, I literally record in my house, bro. It's nothing, I'm not gonna say it's nothing special because it's a proper mic still, bad boy thing. But yeah, I just record in my house, bro. I think we all start off trying to sound like someone else, but I think over time we transform into our own sounds because we pick from the person we were trying to sound like, and then there might be other artists that we like, so we pick something from each of these people that we like, and we just create our own thing. But I've always tried to sound like me, regardless of whether you might think, oh, this song sounds like my man, or blah blah blah. I don't really listen to anybody else's music, bro. You know, like, you'll say to me, have you heard this? And I'll be like, nah, bro. Like, I'm literally, especially when I'm trying to make music, I don't listen to anybody else, because I feel like it can affect your creativity, and I feel like you will end up sounding like this when you're trying to do you know what I mean? So yeah, bro, I don't know, man. It just comes to me. I think it's just because I'm not afraid anymore as well. A lot of people are scared to use their voices, you know what I mean? Sometimes I might sound up, and sometimes I might sound down, and sometimes my voice is proper deep on a tune, and sometimes it's not. I feel like you need to learn how to use your voice, and as I said with the whole singing thing, bro, all it is about using your voice, bro. Don't be scared to use your voice. Don't be scared to try new things. Don't be scared to jump on and fucking sing like Brian McKnight. Don't be scared, bro. Just do your thing in it. And if people around you are feeling it, then let the world feel it. So guarantee you, there's a lot of people that will feel what you're doing, and you will inspire someone. So, yeah. Just like the downs, bro. Sometimes, obviously, life has ups and downs, but sometimes the downs will probably beat you up. Do you know what I mean? It depends, especially if you don't know how to handle them, if you've never been in them situations before. And obviously I went through a mad stage where money was just not looking how I wanted it to look, bruv. It's just like, people was just moving mad. It's weird, bruv, how your financial status can semi-decide how people treat you, bruv. So when I was like proper on my face, bruv, a lot of people, it showed me like, flipping out, bruv. People actually don't care about me as a person. Not everybody, but there's a lot of people that actually don't care about you as a person. They care about what you have more than you as a person. So yeah, life probably had me on the ropes, bro. And then, I don't know, but when I learned how to fight back, and I learned how to get away from them, from out of them situations, and you learn how to counter punch, you learn how to duck in them things there, and then you start bouncing back, and when you start winning now, people want to come back around, just like, you didn't love me when I was broke, bro. Fam. You know, like that, you didn't care about me when man was on my face, fam. You can fuck off, bro. Excuse my language.
I been looking good on the broke day. Violate me, nigga, no way. Here with some rockstar shit, that's Coldplay. Thicker than I'm moving right the whole way. Same niggas run me, that's dope, yeah. Life really had me on the ropes, yeah. Line still popping, that's cold.
You mentioned Deps a few times, like throughout the tape.
Yeah.
Like, what was your relationship with Deps like?
Deppy was my dog, bruv. Like that was my dog, bruv. Like, I'm not gonna say we were super duper close, but I knew him from he was about 13. Like the first time I met him, he was just doing some mad shit. Like I think he was arguing with someone, bro. And I said to my brother, like, who's this you? He's like, oh, it's Deppy. Like, who is he, bro? He's just like, oh, he's you from the ends in it. I was like, bro, I like that you, bro. He's funny, bro. Like he's just funny. He just had that aura about him. Like he didn't care what you thought. He's gonna tell you what he thinks. If you don't like it, that's your business. But he was just real, bro. Real guy. For the whole time I've known him, bro. He's a real person. But yeah, man. That was my G, bro. It's a mad loss, big loss, bro. Trust me, the whole ends changed after Deps passed away, fam. The whole ends changed. A lot of people changed. A lot of friendships were broken just off that. Not like it wasn't a big thing, but from that happening, bro, loads of things happened. That had a real big ripple effect on the whole of the ends. I think he had a ripple effect in Birmingham, bro. Because at one point, around the time when he passed away, bro, everyone was on some kumbaya thing, and then, you know, after the mourning period, people go back to how they were being, but I feel like everybody felt it, bro. Deppy passing away, it kept me going, because he was like a proper big inspiration to me, because he was so young, he had everything going for him, do you know what I mean? And all everybody wanted to do was just see him, what he was going to become, do you know what I mean? And so Deppy passing away, it kept me moving, bro. My mindset was be busy by keeping busy. And I never even had time to sit down or take in what actually happened, you know what I mean? There was times when, you ever had that moment where you sit down there and something proper like hits you, bro, and you think, raw. I never had that moment with Deps until Darrell passed away, because I was literally moving. I performed like twice. I was around people that not say I shouldn't have been around, but I was around men that I wouldn't usually be around. Do you know what I mean? That just, them kind of things just went out the window. But then when Darrell passed away, bro, it just stopped me in my tracks, fam. And it proper knocked me for six. Like, Deppy hurt me, but Darrell passing away hurt me, fam, because it's not, I can't say that we wasn't expecting it, but it's just the way. And when I was speaking to him, you could tell that he didn't want, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to die, bro. Just the conversation, because he's got a daughter and all this stuff, bro, it just made it so much more painful to deal with. But so Deppy passing away, it kind of kept me going, because it was like, yo, just keep yourself busy, don't think about it, keep yourself busy, don't think about it. But then when Darrell passed away, it stopped me, and I literally had time to take everything in. I think that's why it hit me so hard, because I literally had Darrell's death and Depp's death hit me both at the same time, because the whole year that I wasn't thinking about what happened to Deppy, I was ducking and dodging it. And then when Darrell passed away, reality kind of was like blam, and then I was like, fucking hell. So I stopped and I started thinking about it. But yeah, Darrell passing away, it probably changed changed who I was around. I had to really bring it back home, brother, and just be around my mandem, you know what I mean? Like, as I said, when Deppy passed away, it just had me around people that I wasn't usually around. And when Darrell passed away, it just made me want to be around family and friends, and so they both affected me differently, but they both hurt, bro. Stingers, fam, trust me. I put them as bonus tracks because Too Real, I released it ages ago, but it was never a part of a project, but I wanted it to be. But so it's a bonus track, so you know it's there, but it doesn't have to be there if you don't want it to be there. Do you know what I mean? And then the same with the other tune. It's there, but you've already heard it, so you don't have to listen to it if you don't want to. Chapter 26, I wrote it on my birthday when I turned 26, which is why I called it Chapter 26. Again, but there's nothing special behind it. I was literally just, I heard the beat. My brother said, yo, just try. So I tried, and it worked. So that's how that came about. And obviously, I'm trying to keep it real in it. So I'm just talking about like real stuff in it. Like even in it, when I say I swapped T with G because she took me for idiot. Like, that's real shit, bro. Like, I'd switch this girl with that girl because that girl's messing about, you know what I mean? That's just how it happens, fam. So I just tried to keep it, again, I tried to keep it real, but at the same time, I tried to do something different, and again, it worked. Well, I feel like it worked, me personally.
Seen that, link that, beat that, drive home, repeat that. Swap T with G, she take me for idiot. Look, I need my high, so where the weed at? Henny straight, no chase, I'm gonna relapse. I need 10 mil, tell me how can I relapse?
KrownMedia finished asking their questions now. We're now gonna go into the segment where I'm gonna answer all the questions that the fans have brought out to me. So if I answer your question, say it, but if I don't take offense to it. But I've already kind of answered your questions through the first part. Bless. Anxiety, bro, is just like, you have to look at, instead of looking at anxiety as a thing, I started looking at it as a person, because having anxiety can make you not do things, and it can kind of hinder like your movements in life and that. So I just kind of was just like seeing it as someone saying to me, oh, you know all the negative things that you say to yourself through having anxiety. I started seeing it as someone that was saying it to me, and I just thought, yo, I don't have to listen to you anyway, kind of thing. And I just carried on, brother, and then throughout that, you just kind of pick up and learn how to ignore it. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it still does affect me, bro, but I don't let it control my movements anymore. I've got one kid. People seem to think I've got two. I don't know where that's coming from, but I've got one son. I got one. Don't do that. Don't do that. I've got one son, and being a dad has changed for the better. Yeah, people don't see me as much, and I like that. You already know me, bro. I'm not really the guy that's about like that. And having a son is proper helped me like pick and choose my time, use my time differently, and you know, now I make time for what I need to make time for. It's not a thing where Romey's just about. I'm about if I need to be about now. I fear failing. I fear letting people down, and I fear. I don't even know if this. Fear, bro. Those will be my two biggest fears. I hate letting people down, and I hate failing, bro. I really hate it. I think people know this, but I hate the politics, bro. Constant politics, man. Just need to make music and shut up, bro. If you haven't really got an actual issue with a man, there's loads of people that are trying to push this whole beef agenda when you actually don't have no beef with no one. It's weird, man. I'm talking about ops. You ain't got no ops, bro. Just allow it from making music and shut up, bro. Do you know what I mean? Stop trying to make this into something it doesn't need to be. All them politics there, bro. The man that try and make issues with no one, it just doesn't make sense, man. But yeah, that's what I really don't like about the music scene. There's, again, I've said this before, but there's a divide. And you can really see it when you step back, and especially when you're in the music scene. You can see that some people are over here, some people are over there, and it's actually got nothing to do with no gang affiliation. It's just like who fucks with who and who doesn't fuck with who. And it's just, I think we just need to just lock it all in, bruv. London's learned how to do it. I think we need to rope it in, and maybe, just maybe, we can start busting through.
Yeah, so that kind of links in the next question that someone's asked is that partly why you don't collaborate with many artists?
that's not even the case, bro. Don't get me wrong. I've asked. There's bare people I've asked to make tunes with. Like some of your favorite artists in Brum, I've asked to make tunes with, and they've kind of sidestepped me because of who I affiliate myself with. That's not. You ain't got no beef with me. Do you know what I mean? We don't have beef, and you probably don't like someone over some gal situation. That's dead. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not really big on collabing with no one anymore because it's not. Because so many people let me down before, I've just fell out of the whole thing to ask. Do you know what I mean? I don't even care no more.
So the next question is from Sam. Sam's asked for a shout out. He wants to know, are you always angry or do you just look it?
What the I can't believe I'm mad. Anyway, yo, shout out Sam, who fucking joker. But I probably just look it. I'm not angry all the time. This is just how my face set, bro. I don't know what you want me to do about that. What, yeah? Early, bro. Early. My uncle had some 2-pack CD, the double-sided thing. You probably know what that is. But I don't remember what it was, bro. But I remember 2-pack had a double disc CD, bro. And I stole that shit, B. Yeah, it was me. I stole it, bro. You get me? And I was just banging it. I was like, yo, this CD's hard. But I was proper young then, bro. But yeah, I fell in love with music then. I can't remember how old I was, but yeah, I took it. And I just played it, and I fell in love with it, bro. I just wanted to make music. I listened to it, and I thought I could do this.
Did you become disheartened at any point or feel like giving up in music?
Yeah, all the time. But it's not, bro, I'm telling you, like, unless you've proper made it and you're established, you're going to get the moments where you feel disheartened and you want to stop. It's just about overcoming that and just continuing. No, bro. I've never had my heart broken. Have I been hurt? Yes, bro. Every man's been hurt, bro. That's how we become men, you know, like that. But I ain't had my heart broken, bro. I don't put my heart into nothing like that for me to get my heart broken.
Are you sure?
100%, bro. Because, you know, everything, you can listen to that and tell, bro. There was nothing no one subject that I stuck to, bro. I was literally just talking about bare shit. And the storyteller didn't even sound like that when I first wrote it. It was something completely different. I was walking through town. I had 20 minutes before I went and met JDZ. And I rewrote it, bro. Completely rewrote it. And that's why I'm not looking at the camera, because I was reading off my phone. There, I said it. What?
Your favourite cartoon growing up, what was it?
Probably Tom and Jerry or Recess. Loved them cartoons there, bro. I don't know, Tom and Jerry, because they just had mad beef, bro. Every day, just beef. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, I don't glorify beef, but it's like, yo, because obviously, you know, the whole idea of cat and mouse, sometimes you know that the mouse is scared of the cat, but in this, like, Jerry was gollying Tom sometimes, bro, like proper brocking him up, bro, and you're thinking, fam, what is going on? The mouse is doing bits, bro. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's just, I don't know, that was just one of my proper love that, like, bro. My plugged.
Why was it the plug?
I don't know, bro. It was just sick. It was just sick, bro. The whole thing flowed. The beat was cold. I can't remember who made the beat, but the beat was cold. And just the way it flowed, like I wrote that within 15 minutes, bro. Like quickly. And I just remember thinking, yo, is this hard enough? Is it hard enough? And I kept questioning it. And anytime I question something that much, I know that something's magic about to happen, bro. So yeah, I proper love the plugged.
Why is there such big gaps between your releases, and what's kind of keeps bringing you back to music?
The gaps are basically me just living. I can't rap if I got nothing to rap about. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes I know the gaps are bigger than other gaps, but sometimes you just have to let a man live in it. Just let me live a little, and then I'll come back with something. Because I believe personally that I always every time I do come, I do deliver, bro. So I don't think it's a bad thing that sometimes I take a break and just to, you know, have a little bit of experience and whatever. So yeah, me taking gaps is me living, and that's where the music comes from. So, bro, if I could make beats, Lord knows, game over, bro. If I could make beats, bro, because I know what I want something to sound like, and sometimes it takes me like fucking days to find a sound that You know when you have a sound in your head. If I could just make that sound there and then, bro, it'd be game over. But yeah, I would love to be able to do that, bro. And engineering, I've engineered for some people already, but obviously they're not big or nothing like that. But sometimes man come around and they're like, "Yo, we need to record." I'm like, "Yeah, safe, do your thing in it." But yeah, already kind of play a part in that. But if I was to ever stop rapping, I'd definitely still play my hand in the music. There's a grime tune on 5 tape in it, bowling it. But yeah, I'll bro. I'm saying I'll do anything if the beat's right and it makes sense for me to do it. I'll do it. I'm not gonna not do the tune just because it's a grind beat. If I feel the beat and the beat's like speaking to me, I'm gonna do it, bro, 100%. But yeah, I started off as a grime artist. Probably be Rich. And if it wasn't Rich, it'd be Dappy. Because Dappy is one of the sickest geezers. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to work with him, but like right now, I wouldn't want to work with him because I'd feel like I need to level up to work with him, if that makes sense. Because, bro, I just feel like he's just the whole the things that he says. Either Rich, Dappy, or Gigs, because them man just use different words in it. You know when people they got that mad wordplay. Those man I really respect for that. Or Avlino, bro. Those people. But if it was anybody I had to pick out all of them, I'd definitely pick Rich, because Rich is just something else, bro. I don't have a favourite, bro. I actually don't have a favourite. Just I ain't gonna like. You know what? I'll just be honest, man. Half of the tunes that people like, bro, I don't like them, bro. I'm just gonna be real. People say, "Yo, this is the hardest tune." I'm like, nah, I don't feel that tune. If I really had to pick one, it'd probably be Fresh. I really loved Fresh, bro, because that was just me doing me in it. That was the first time was it the first time I stepped in front of the camera on my own and did a video, I think. But yeah, that was just the beginning for me in it, and I feel like it was a good start off. So yeah, Fresh is probably one of my favorite songs. It's not that music hasn't been a priority, as I just said. Like, bro, I'm always making music. It's the whole being big that's not a priority. I don't care about bossing. I don't care about being one huge famous rapper, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. As long as people hear my music, I'm good, bro. As I said, man, I've got other priorities, you know what I mean? Music is never ever going to be a #1 priority, because I got to make sure my son's good. I got to make sure his mom's good, and because if he's not okay, she's not okay, and vice versa, you know what I mean, bro? So music's definitely a top 5 priority, but it's never going to be #1.
So what song do you reckon made you feel most vulnerable?
Probably my Storyteller, bro. Probably my Storyteller, because no one really heard me come like that before that, and nobody really knew that I opened up, because I don't really open up to people like that. So when people heard that, they probably thought, whoa, there's a chink in his armor. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, people just started talking to me differently. Like, people kept messaging me, telling me how much their Storyteller was helping them, and people would come up to me, and people don't usually approach me, bro, because obviously I look angry all the time. So people don't really approach me like that. But people was approaching me saying, yo, have telling me big stories, and like, a lot of it is proper, like, it's proper sick. People messaging you, telling them that they was gonna kill themselves and they didn't because your music helped. Like, what the f? I don't understand how it can help, but if it did help, bro, fucking hell, blessed, fam, blessed. Yeah, bro, I got a couple still. Nah, I ain't got no ghostwriter, bro. I write everything myself. I wish I had a ghostwriter. Sometimes writing is long, you know, bro. Sometimes you have to literally force when you get like writer's block. I'm good. Like, sometimes you get like writer's block, and you can just wish someone would just write a bar for you, bro. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I'll be writing and my brother will say, yo, you should say this and stuff like that. Yeah, again, bro, it helps. But as for somebody writing my verses and then me just snapping him, bro, it will never happen. So nah, I don't have a ghostwriter.
Calm. Everything on there. So.
Yeah. So do I need to do anything else?
In the crib now, a bitch like Rihanna, she can jump on my dick now. Title y'all bounce, car, it is what it is now. I separated mine as the majors, and now I'm Hussein into the papers. Man, guy twisted like quavers, nigga ain't famous, but I got status.